the sticks originated in the Philippines. They're used in Filipino martial arts, typically in eskrima and armies. They are blunt weapons, so they're meant to, you're going to use them for harsh blows, typically for the hard, bony parts of the body, like the temples, the elbows, the knees, and our favorite, the wrists and the fingers, because they hurt really bad. So those are the sticks.
Nice to see you. Hello. Come on in.
Hi.
Come on in, my friends. My name is Frank. I'm one of the performers here on Marvel Universe Live. I play a bunch of bad guys. I play Rhino, and I also play a four-legged stilt monster, and I fight Groot. That lady's impressed. Today we're here to take some fun photos with Mjolnir, which is Thor's hammer. Unfortunately, for us mere mortals, it has an enchantment placed upon it by Odin, Thor's father. So if anyone would care to try their strength, try their luck, you are welcome to try and lift Thor's hammer. My friend, you seem very...
I knew you were going to go for me.
All right, let's stand over here, my friend. What's your name?
Paris.
Ferris. Let's give Ferris a round of applause, everybody. All right, now, Ferris, where are you from?
I'm Jordan.
Oh, really? Excellent, excellent. So let's give Ferris a chance to try his luck at lifting Thor's hammer here.
No drum roll.
Hey! Let's give Ferris a round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much, my friend.
What are flow tools? Anything flow related means that we're using an apparatus, lighting it on fire, and then manipulating them to make pictures. So we use this through dancing, through fights, throughout the show. One of the fights is with Black Widow and Nebula, where there's a flaming sword and then also a bow staff. But I'm going to be focusing on what the Fire Tribe uses in the show. So these are a couple of flow tubes. These are called fans. So the way we use these is by spinning them around our hands like that, manipulating them around each other, and then using them to create these pictures. So that's the fans. Then we have the S-staff. Very similar. So this kind of makes a circle when it's lit on fire. That's the S-staff. And then you also have the rope dart. That's the rope dart.
Oh, awesome. Oh yeah. What kind of show ready? Yeah. Right? Now, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it, but anybody? No, we haven't. What can happen at any stunt show is an injury extremely easily, but we actually take a lot of precautions and we teach our performers. We actually have 10 whole weeks in Florida to go over all these things specifically, very slowly, and then finally, once we get to the end, we can do it at show speed to prevent that from happening. Freak accidents can happen at any stunt show, but we're actually pretty proud to announce that we really have never had it in all of our entire years of performing. So we'd like to keep it that way, right? Yeah. Hi there, friends. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Glad to see everybody. So as Pat just said, my name's Ty. I'm part of our still team here. Today I'm going to be walking you through what it means to be a still walker and specifically what it means to be a still walker in this show. So, still walking is an acquired skill. So we always need to make sure that we are constantly training, constantly checking our equipment, and constantly making sure that we communicate with those around us. You'll see it in this show when you come to see it, that there are many stilt creatures and stilt characters within the show. And it is one of the most common stilts that we use. Thank you so much, Ferris, I appreciate it. This is one of the most common stilts that we use in the show. It is called a painter stilt. It usually is used for things like drywall, but we have actually augmented these stilts so that there is a bar on either side. Usually, stilts for drywall painting only have a bar on one side, as the painters don't actually need to move that much on them. They just need to be professionally tall themselves. So they try to make an A-frame with their stilts, whereas for us, we need to be able to fight in them, we need to be going up and down steps in them, we need to be able to run all around our stage in them. So they allow the performer to jump very high, to run really fast all around the stage, and to be very odd looking, because you can see the shape of the stilt is very odd. So it gives it a very awesome shape for all of our alien creatures there.
A lot of our costumes here are made from various different fabrics. They're all meant to give off the different looks. They look like stone soldiers, and until they move, they look like stone soldiers. And everything about it is stone soldier. However, if you touch it, it's super light. Because the performers need to be able to move and kick and do all the things and run around and fall and do what the performers do in them. So we utilize a bunch of different fabrics in order to do this. A lot of what's inside here is foam. But I wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley, right? So same thing goes for the mask when we talk about the stone soldiers. Stone soldiers, once again, it looks like stone and everything, but it's not. It's rubber. And the performer can breathe. And another big part of what we do with our job is we have to make the performer comfortable. And even though this might have been made for one performer 2-3 years ago, or at this point 7 years ago, it is fitted for each performer, each new performer as they come along. So each new performer has their own different things that they like, and that's when we work with them to do that. Some show that have 25 spot ops. We have 25 performers with these little nodules all on their costumes that can be picked up by the lights. Cool fact about it is that Marvel Universe Live, the very first Marvel Universe Live, was the very first show in the world to use this type of a system, and now it's used worldwide. Every concert you see, I'm not a lighting person, so I can't tell you that, but I know enough about that to tell you that. One of my favorite sets of costumes now are these Fire Tribe costumes, and I'm going to pull them over here, and then I'll put them back. So our Fire Tribe, I know you've already experienced a bit of flow, is what we call it. First of all, everything in our show is fireproof. We fireproof everything to keep our performers safe, because safety is our top priority in a stunt show. But what's also cool is some of these fabrics are designed specifically with fire.
Made up of about 5 members. They're in charge of creating and doing upkeep on all of the props we have here in the show. So in between each show, they're inspecting all of the props, making sure that they are still safe and in good conditions for our show, and looking as pristine as possible. Here are some of the props we use that you guys can kind of pass around as we're going through it. These are some of the spears that our stone soldiers use. As you'll notice when you're passing them around, they are pretty lightweight. However, the performers work really hard on making them look heavy. As they're holding them for a long portion of the show, if it were heavy, it would be really hard to hold it for that long. So we make them nice and light, but as authentic looking as possible. A great prop in our show because it fills such a wide arena that we're performing in. When we have these large props, they really take up a lot of space and give you a full experience in the arena. The Avengers, the space pirates, you'll notice on these ones different textures and different paint colors that really bring them to life.
Never go missing.
Not too much. They're really good about inspecting the props in between every single show, making sure they're still looking pristine, make sure we have all of them.
Is the glitter paint to make it look like it's metal in the light? Is that what's going on there?
Exactly right.
Very cool. And light, like you said.
Yeah, they're really lightweight just because we're holding them.
So would the taxi be the biggest prop in the show, or can we expect bigger props?
I would say that this one is the biggest, but a lot of scenes have multiple big props involved. So you'll see kind of these barrels over here that performers are jumping on, running onto, falling onto. Just some really big aspects that make the arena look a lot more like a good space for the show.
Amazing. Are those guns on the...
My name is Jordy. and I'm here to talk to you about an extension of the props department in motorcycles. These are essentially the same as the hand props you guys just saw. These are tools to help us tell the story on stage. So this come out of the lights, the skilled performers, and of course the riders help create one that is Marvel Universe Live. This in fact is my favorite part because I am a rider on the show. So I get to ride these very specialized motorcycles with other performers from all around the world actually. This bike right here is the first one we'll talk about. This is what's called a trials bike. These bikes you can see, they get dressed up to fit on stage to accommodate the characters that are riding them. This bike right here, you'll see, without this tank and the other pieces, these don't have a seat, so you have to stand up the whole time. This bike here is in fact gas, very lightweight, about 150 pounds, and you're going to see it do things like do backflips on stage, ride wheelies, big nose wheelie stoppies, and jump up to 15 feet up into the stage to help show you guys the story. And next up we have our electric motorcycle. So this is what's called our Discovery bike.
My name is Adair, and this is Tamara. And right now, Tamara is putting on one of the makeup looks that we use here in Marvel Universe Live. Now, Tamara and I are both in the show, and among the things that we do in the show is we are both aerialists. So there's a scene in this show where our Marvel heroes go to the mystical city of Kunlun, and when they arrive, there is a big celebration happening. And a part of that celebration is there are 2 aerialists flying through the air on aerial silks. So that's us. And for that scene, we're going for a look that's very, very glamorous. We're going for a big smoky eye, some sparkles. We want to really, really stand out and pop, and we're going for something very fun and very beautiful. So as you can see, this look is going to be a little bit heavier than what you might normally wear for your everyday makeup. And that's because we're in this large arena setting. So we want to make sure that even if you are seated in the back row, you can see that performer and you can really see that makeup look. So as you can see, Tamara is putting on a little smoky eye, a little bit of sparkle. This is a really fun makeup look because we try to match each other and we try to match our costumes, but we're also able to have a little fun with it, put a little personal spin on it, and do what looks right for our faces and our features.
The collie sticks and the sword are going to be amongst the first weapons that you're going to see in the show. So we open with this huge scene called Yondu's ship, and you'll see Nebula using the collie sticks. You'll see Gamora using a sword. Okay, so let's talk about the collie sticks first. The sticks originated in the Philippines. They're used in Filipino martial arts, typically in eskrima and armies. They are blunt weapons, so they're meant to, you're going to use them for harsh blows, typically for the hard, bony parts of the body, like the temples, the elbows, the knees, and our favorite, the wrists and the fingers, because they hurt really bad. So those are the sticks. The sword, as you can see, is a sharp weapon, so you're going to use this to slash, you're going to use this to cut, or stab right through. And these are going to be for the soft parts of the body, so maybe the belly, maybe the thigh, okay? So yeah, that's what the sword is for. Does anyone just like that? Okay. Yep, and then you can just have your weapon here. Yeah, there we go. That's how you use it.
Is that the one they call it arnis?
Eskrima.
Eskrima, yeah. Okay.
Keep going.
Can you come in if you want to?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, so you're superhero too?
Well, good luck. Let's go.
Okay. Alright guys.